I made it very clear that I was not satisfied with Hot Wheels Unleashed. With the release of Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, I wanted to see if things that I and others complained about were addressed. Thankfully, there are changes that mostly address my original complaints, and even some aspects I never mentioned. So let's take my points from my video on the first game and see what has been done in Unleashed 2 to deal with those problems. Just like with Unleashed 1, all the vehicles can race together on track, which is not something I wanted to see. Seeing monster trucks racing together with motorcycles just doesn't feel right. However, I am glad to see that the cars are now separated into different types. You have Drifter, Swift, Off-Road, Heavy, Rocket, and Balanced. Tracks will provide a recommendation on what type of vehicle you should use on them. This makes the vehicles not only more distinct from each other, but gives you a reason to use one over another. You can also see the upgrade tiers much clearer now, with cars being either stock, powered, or ultimate. So while I would still like to see separation between the classes and races, the changes have lessened this overall problem. In Unleashed 1, it felt like you had to use the best cars on hard and extreme to be able to even compete. However, this is no longer the case, as it seems that the higher difficulties scale better to your car and upgrades. Also, the rubber banding has been toned down enough that it doesn't feel like the AI is outpacing you constantly. No matter what vehicle I use on hard, I can usually do quite well with it. Balancing difficulties is always challenging due to the skill levels of players and what they expect for each difficulty. So, you may not agree with my assessment here, but from my experience playing both games, Unleashed 2 feels fairer. Progression has been partially improved. Being able to clearly see the different upgrade tiers has helped, and the blind box system has been replaced with spins. What's good about these spins is that you don't always get a car, as credits, upgrade tokens, and more can be gained from them. This means that they are not a vital way to obtain vehicles, unlike the blind boxes. Plus, the shop is back and cars rotate out of it quicker than in the first game. You can even pay a small amount of credits to rotate the shop manually. I would still prefer a more rigid progression system, where you don't have to rely on the spins and shop randomization to get vehicles. However, it's at least a step in the right direction, and it feels a bit more rewarding than the previous entry. I was afraid that one thing Milestone wouldn't listen to was the monetization complaints. Unleashed 1 was plagued with 3 season passes, racing season battle passes that are no longer available, and a high price tag. I'm happy to say that Unleashed 2 walked back a lot of these decisions. There are no battle passes and only 2 season passes. The Legendary Edition also includes all the content, unlike the Ultimate Stunt Edition for the first game that did not. Plus, Unleashed 2 also includes much more content in the base game, so it feels more deserving of the $50 price tag unlike its predecessor. I still recommend to get the game on sale, but it didn't feel like I was getting ripped off with Unleashed 2. To end the video, I want to highlight additional aspects of Unleashed 2 that are a step up from the first game. Firstly, the handling feels way better, with a tighter drift angle that better complements the track design. Secondly, the environments are also great, with more interesting locations and now having outside areas. Thirdly, the additional game modes of Elimination, Grab the Gears, Clash Derby, Drift Master, and Waypoints have introduced some much needed gameplay variety. Lastly, the new movement abilities like the side shunting and jumping makes the racing a lot of fun. Dodging obstacles, jumping back on track, and messing with opponents has added some much needed depth to the game. While Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged did not fully address everything I complained about, the changes have been enough that I'm enjoying it. This is what the first game should have been, as Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 is a more complete and fleshed out experience. There is still plenty of room for improvement, and I hope to see more substantial changes in potential sequels. This has been Gamer Alex. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day.